All right, all right. What's up, world? It's your boy DJ Man,
I am New Soul.
and we got my player partner, my bro. You
What's
feel me?
stacking? What's stacking? It's your boy Young Southside, Paper Game Mafia, Paper Stack Unlimited.
All
Yes,
right.
sir.
Yo, man. So we got a pretty dope show tonight, man. Let's see, we got Angie. What's up, Angie?
What's up, Angie?
You made it just in time, man. You be missing us, but we in. You feel me? We locked in. But yeah, man. So before we get into the show, man, how was everybody week? New Soul?
My Lakers are 0-4 right now. I
Yeah.
had a horrible week.
I feel that.
I'm having a horrible week.
Yeah. What about you,
Shit,
Southside?
it's not over with yet. Yesterday was my T. Jones' 65th birthday. So
Happy birthday.
Yeah, shout out to her, man. Happy birthday to her.
Yeah,
You
so-
feel me? I said it on Facebook. We're gonna say it again.
For sure.
You
So
feel
I'm
me?
trying to. She always told me she wanted that big 50, that big 65th birthday party. So that's what I'm trying to get together.
Yeah.
So it's going down this Saturday. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, shout out to Mama Southside, man.
Already, number one.
For sure. She said she just got off of Angie said she just got off of work.
And
I
you
got
tune
no
in
more-
Ain't
to
nothing wrong
us.
with that. Pour up
No
your
more
glass of
COVID.
wine.
Shout out to you, man. She say no more COVID. That's good to hear.
Already,
So-
pour up you some of that
Thank God
wine
for
and
that.
enjoy.
Yeah, man. My week been pretty busy, bro. Like
As always.
as always. But I'm working on a mini doc right now, man. You know, we're gonna surprise some people with this one, man. So y'all stay tuned for that. And so this weekend gonna be pretty busy for me. You feel me?
Word.
Yeah. But we're gonna kind of get into some of these topics, man, because I kind of wanna see what you guys got to say about some of this stuff, man. But before we do, like always, man, shout out to our sponsor, man, Old West Smoke Company, located right here in the 409 area, man. That phone number is 409-782-9030. If you're looking for some good smoked brisket, I'll let them boys over at Old West Smoke Company, man. They'll make it happen for you. They got
Good tender.
I'm trying to tell you, man. And they ain't like the Taco Bell tacos, man. They gonna throw it. They put it on. You feel me?
Word.
Yeah. Arby's took they slogan. You feel me?
Okay.
Price is good for you. I'm here for it. For sure. I appreciate it, Ange. But yeah, man. So our first topic, bro, is no, we're not gonna go with that one. The misuse of power by the black media, man. What are y'all thoughts on the black media, man? Your shade rooms. For one, what do y'all think about it? It seems like for black media, it seems like the majority of the times it's all mess.
It's always controversy. And the reason why is because niggas don't like to read nothing outside of controversy. I hate to say it like that, but it's the truth.
Yeah. What you think, Southside? Because in the we got Kanye going through his thing. You feel me? And we're gonna get into that in a second too, man. But that was so we're gonna talk about that too. But that was so quick to talk about Kanye. They talk about everything negative, man. Like why do you think, it seems like the black media, bro, is just always harping on negativity? What is that about?
Well, my answer is they didn't teach their kids, or they wasn't taught that it's entertainment purposes only.
Yeah.
A lot of
What's up, Danielle?
a lot of it is
Daniel?
people actually taking it to heart. Like, I can like it goes to me thinking about somebody saying, "Man, Lil Boosie raised me," but not actually going in depth saying it, and maybe a youngster is around them when they say it. So now they thinking, "Oh, well, he had Boosie raise him, so such and such gonna raise me," but not saying that, not the dude that said Boosie raised him, not saying, "Hey, the reason I'm saying he raised me is the music he made helped me get through certain things," which means the entertainment was an entertainment purpose. It wasn't for me to learn or for me to go interact or do the things that the music is saying do, or whatever the case may be. And, a lot of days, they don't know how to separate the two from real life and entertainment.
Well, I think I could see it both ways, man, because, I was one of those guys that I had good role models around me. For one, I had a daddy, I had a grandpa, I had both my grandpas, I had uncles, big cousins, you feel me? But listening to music, man, it was like, you know how as a kid, man, you just feel like, you know, they love you. They're gonna tell you what they want to tell you to keep you out of stuff. You feel me?
Right.
And listening to like a Pimp C or something, it was more of the things I seen when I'm away from the safety net of their family and I'm out into the world. He's telling me how to survive in this stuff, and it ain't always lining up with what's going on at home.
Correct.
You feel me? So I feel like that's what music, for one, is missing. They're misleading kids because Pimp C did a good job of telling you the good and bad.
And Bun B touched on that too. He made an appearance on the film The Art of Rap, and what he broke down Ice-T was he could always tell who was a studio gangster and who wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he heard the other side of the game, if he heard about you getting locked up or what lockdown was like, if he heard about like what getting popped was like and not having all of the money that you had when you went in, when you come out and shit like that, if you don't hear that side of it, it's fake.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you only talking about the glitz and the glamour, first of all, there is no glitz and no glamour in drug life. Any drug dealer will tell you that. Yeah,
I mean, I'm gonna put it to you like this: it's really not. It all depends on. It's the laws of attraction. It's what you pay attention to. Correct. If you look at these things and you start lusting after these things, I say, right? You start seeing the value in the wrong stuff, then you're gonna start having value in the wrong things. Correct. You feel me? Okay. So then those wrong things start looking entertaining to you. They start looking attractive to you. Yeah. And if it's looking attractive, you're attracting that in your life. So you get the things that come along with it. That's why it's important for them to tell you these are the things that come with it. You could have like one of my favorite songs by UGK was Diamonds Against the Wood. Because even though the chorus talked about diamonds against the wood, they didn't talk about diamonds the whole in none of the verses. It was all about real life stuff. These are the things that come along when you see the guy with the diamonds against the wood in his slab, just know that this is what comes with it. Exactly. Got to the point where I could not decipher day from night.
See, that's the thing though. That goes from us to now. See, we not the shade room generation.
We're gonna talk about that in the end.
You know what I mean? So you understand the difference between entertainment and real life. You understand the difference between what your grandfather and your daddy instilled and what a rapper that, you know what I'm saying, that came up with a whole persona about itself, you know what I'm saying, is spitting. Because let the truth be told, a lot of the people that we even hold as the such and such rappers, that's not what they was living when they was coming up of age, just like you. Yo, like I know you, and I know your lifestyle can tower and hover over most of the people's, you know what I'm saying, not even, and I don't know you that well, but I'm pretty sure just because of you being in this city, I know you've been through more trials and tribulations than 80% of the quote unquote gangster rappers or the rappers that's popular today. So at the end of the day is when I'm meaning about the not knowing how to separate the difference, if we're not putting the spotlight on, oh, this person just graduated from college, or this person's going to be a doctor, this person here just graduated from law school, he supposed to be the first lawyer, or you know what I'm saying? If that's not the push in the angle, if that's not the popularity contest to be an architect or something like that, but to be in mess or to be clout chasing and all that is the you know what I'm saying, is the thing that obviously they didn't learn the difference between the entertainment, because if they did, you know that that's not going to get you paid. Yes, they didn't created a genre and a lane nowadays, because when we was coming up, they didn't have a genre for mess to get you paid. Facts. Mess got you killed.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
So now, you know what I mean? It's like, that's how everybody's coming up. And like, I love that guy Charleston White, but that's another thing. Like the way he does things is like, it's controversy. Yeah. And so people want to tune in to controversy. Yeah, he's spitting facts, but a lot of stupid people, and I don't mean to call them stupid, but you gotta call them stupid because they got that 1, 2, 3 second mindset, and that's it. So that's the entertainment mind. Their mind is an entertainment whore. Excuse me. So it's like that. Oh, that's the mess. That's it. But the man might have told you how to beat a whole case. You feel me? Right. Legally.
But you know what?
You hear is stupid. Oh, he cussing out such and such. So
you know what I think it is though. like for me, what I get from Charleston White, it's kind of nostalgic for me because it reminds me of
my daddy, bro. That's
look,
how my
that's what I'm getting
was,
to.
bro. And man, to tell
you feel me?
Like, my daddy, I ain't no sugarcoating it.
That's how
I'm not
that's how
holding
it
no
was.
dumb conversations. Like,
but check it out. Remember a few podcasts ago, a few episodes ago, we talked about the old guys under the tree in the North End where I would get my game from. That's who Charleston White reminds me of. It was those old guys. They would tell it to you raw, give it to you straight. It don't sound good. And it was really a conversation for under the tree because if you talk like that in front of mainstream media or corporate America, it's not gonna that's gonna get somebody in trouble.
Yes,
but it's the raw truth that we needed to hear to keep us out of stuff.
Facts.
Yeah, all that putting sugar on it, like, bro, we don't need that.
That's what happened. So now we got people that's more in tune with myths and BS than things that actually help somebody. You know what I mean? So that's why I appreciate it, Shelby. That's why I was saying what I was saying.
But look, man, to get to Angie's point, she says, as with all mainstream media, they go on attack if something goes against the agenda. So my thing is, like she said, she paid attention to mainstream media, right? But this is my thing, brother. What I learned from coaching and Vider, right, is those people, the majority of them didn't have anything or didn't show any, hatred toward Black people. But they never had any real experiences with Black people. Right. They only experienced us through either work or school. And it was a very work and school relationship. You feel me? So everything that they learned about Black people was on mainstream media. It was through movies or music.
Can
right?
I piggyback off that?
Hold on. So that was my question about mainstream or Black media. If we know that other communities aren't really interacting with us, there's a sector of people that's out there that only know us through what we put out. Right. Then should we be more careful about what it is we putting out? Because like you say, all these doctors and stuff that's graduating that are Black, young kids that are graduating before time, going into universities and HBCUs before the age of 18. Yeah. But we don't talk about that in the shade room.
We don't.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what the shade room does really badly? They will post an accusation, and if the accusation turns out to be false, they will never ever
say I apologize.
They'll never ever go back and say I apologize.
Thanks.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember recently Chris Brown was in the news with a domestic dispute. Some girl accused him of hitting her or whatever, and it turned out to be false. You know what I'm saying? The shade room reported the fucking accusation. They didn't report that she was lying. You know what I'm saying? They didn't report that it was dismissed out of court because, number one, there was no evidence, and number two, they found out she was lying because she did this with other celebrities before. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, the shade room is irresponsible to me because you're feeding people, like you say, the mess. You're not feeding them, the other side of it. Black people are so much more than that. We're so much more than the controversy. And even if we are controversial, why not highlight the people who are controversial for a good purpose?
Like I was saying, to piggyback off, man, like I own a trucking company where we do deliveries, right? So I'm in and out. Like I deal with at least probably 1,000 different people because we talking 10 to 15 different people daily, weekly. You know what I'm saying? Then 7 days a week, whatever. So when I'm going into say for instance, and there's no shot to any race or whatever, but when I go into a Caucasian person's home, say for instance, and we're delivering something, and they say for instance, they may be an elderly couple and they're watching the news, correct?
Yeah.
And the news will show like some young Black guys just robbed something or just did something or whatever. Yeah. Like I honestly, I can tell you, I see the difference in them. They go from being friendly, knowing that we came to do the service that they paid for, to clutching and, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, y'all can hurry up and, not saying it, but the demeanor is like, go ahead and go. So like me personally, when I talk to younger people, I see both sides because that's how my dad taught me. Yeah, so when a young person is wearing his pants pass his butt or whatever the case may be, then you tell me, man, they tripping on me. Nah,
they
bro,
me,
you
man.
tripping on you.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's about what you put to the table.
Bro,
you feel
I
me?
tell my kids this all the time, man. The world is gonna greet you how you present yourself to the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna have some people they're gonna have they view of you, and you ain't gonna be able to change it. But you can't change that, but you can change how you present yourself to the world.
Look, prime example, and he's my witness, and he may not want me to say it.
You good, bro.
Okay, me, him, and my cousin Duke.
I talk about this all the time. Okay, yeah.
We were going to sell music.
Yes.
Okay. We're driving in Friendswood, Kingswood area off of NASA Road 1, correct? Okay. Webster County.
Yes.
Okay. I see the officer looking at us crazily, so I pull over into the parking lot and park the car like, man, I don't know what's going on, but they're tripping. Yeah. Okay. That officer passes us up, come back full speed, hops out with a gun pointed at us, telling us to get out the car, correct?
Facts.
Okay. Facts. As he's quote unquote detaining us.
Hold on. Let me stop you right there. Because a lot of people say this in the comments. They say, well, we shouldn't have been irate with the police.
No, it wasn't no. First of all, my father always taught me to say yes sir and no sir
to the officer. To him, bro.
Because I've been this size. I don't know if you guys see me. I've been this size since I was about 12, 13 years old, okay? So I've been big in black. So my parents been taught me, you have to move a certain way because automatically people
find it
intimidated correctly. So to go back to the story, as they're detaining us and this officer has a gun to my face and I'm on the phone with Rose Gold, trying to get him to get over here, like, bro, can you come explain why we're here? Yeah. There was an actual black officer with the guy that pulled up after the fact. So I'm not going to say racist or whatever he may be, a get along guy, whatever. Yeah. It taught me a valuable lesson. Let me finish the story. As they're detaining us, they're slamming DJ Man on the ground. Yeah. They're slamming my cousin on the ground. And like I said, the guy has a gun to my face.
Oh, he got me over with a gun to the back of my head.
Correct. I know. Yeah. But I just didn't get to that. I just said, to fast forward because, I don't want to be long-winded. But the guy, I'm asking the lawman, I'm asking the guy that's supposed to be black, like, sir, what is going on? Why are y'all doing all this to us? The man said that we, quote unquote, if you see DJ Man's size, stature, and color, my cousin Deuce is probably 5 shades brighter than both of us. Right. A short cat, you feel me, skinny. They said all 3 of us fit the description of one armed robber. Yeah. Okay? So, mind you, as he's telling me this, there's a black guy on a bicycle. What was he seen too?
Yeah, one was on the handlebars.
Yeah. All I know is I heard, because once again, I'm trying to figure out what's going on. The officer says, there's a suspect going southbound on a bicycle over. And another lawman shoots out after that guy. So,
facts.
I'm not going to go too long-winded because we could talk for days about the injustices and all that, and sometimes we need them because we did things that we didn't get caught for.
Bro, I say this all the time, bro. Look, it's been times where that's the reason why I can't be racist. You feel me? Because it's been times where I had a black cop try to lock me up for something that I didn't do, no kind of way, shape, or form. You feel me? And do you remember the time we was driving? We was coming from
Baytown.
What's it? Baytown? No, not Baytown. It was a time we were coming from. I think Wiz was in the car with us.
Oh yeah, we was coming from Houston.
Yeah, and they pulled us out. Look, the man let me sit in the front seat of the car because it was cold outside. But while he's running my information, I didn't have no driver license and no insurance. He let me get back on the road.
I'm gonna be a buck with y'all, man. I had weed on me, right? You feel me? You know what I'm saying?
Hold on. He had weed.
I said it. Yeah, I had weed on me.
Smoke.
He don't smoke. I had weed on me. I'm gonna be a buck with you guys, right? And so I was raised, hey, yours is yours.
That's true, Chris.
So
that's very true.
Hey, I felt, I wasn't trying to hide it from him or nothing. I say, well, officer, I got a little, I got marijuana on me. You feel me? And by me being honest with him, bro, all he did was write me a $200 ticket. I didn't go to jail or none of that.
Going our way.
You know what I mean? So,
but the guys at Friendswood, they slammed me on the ground. They got us at gunpoint. They took us all to jail for different reasons. I did 2 years. I did 2 years on probation.
Yeah.
For something that wasn't even a 0.5 gram of Reggie, bro.
Me personally,
I'm
glad. I'm not gonna say I'm glad he did, but the experience is why y'all got this man in front y'all right here.
Fact. That's a fact, bro.
You feel me? Because from that experience, he knew, look, I got to get my stuff all the way together.
Yeah.
I'm not playing no more games. And after that, that's when he went to school.
Fact.
He went, like everything. I can only speak for what I know.
Yeah.
You feel me? And I know for a fact after that, it changed him. And it also for sure changed me because I had the money to get out of jail and couldn't get out.
You feel me? Straight up. I felt so bad leaving my brother in jail, bro. I'm like, man, I'm going to come get you.
You feel me?
Nah.
That's the worst feeling ever. To have the money to get out and they won't let you out. You feel me? And I ain't do nothing, mind you. You feel me?
Yeah.
So that taught me a valuable lesson. So when I talk to my young brothers and I see your pants hanging down or you smell like gas, I smoke gas too, but I'm not fixing to go around everybody smelling like it. Right. Where everybody has to know what I have done. I don't wear my pants on my stomach like a grandpa, so I do slab a little bit. I don't sag past my butt, you know what I mean? So I talk to my young brothers, you know what I'm saying, to let them know these different things because I done been through all the different stereotypes as a young black man can be.
Yeah.
You feel me? Even as a black, not even a young black man, as a black man, I done been through those stereotypes. So when I see certain things and you feel like, hey, they picking on you, bro, if you know certain things, bro, kind of move and maneuver different.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. I'm kind of with you on that south side. Like, I try not to slab and stuff, but I don't judge people. I just tell all the young brothers that I come across that, hey, man, this is what comes with that. So you make your choice on what it is you want to do.
There you
feel me? So don't say that ain't nobody tell you.
You feel me?
You feel me? Because that's the game that was given to me by the black guys underneath the tree. Like, hey, this what comes with that.
Hey.
So when it happens, hey, you gonna have to take that. Yeah.
The lesson I learned at an early age, the reason why I don't dress like that or depict myself like that, you only get one chance to make a first impression.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? No matter where you go, how you look, it represents who you are. It's a reflection of who you are.
See, let's go deeper than that. What your parents told you, you're a reflection of representation of who?
Your household.
Of them, the household.
But look, and you know what?
I don't want to cut you off. I'm sorry, bro. Just to piggyback off what he said, I remember when I was in school, we used to wear uniforms. If I went to school with a wrinkled shirt on, my mother would kill me. She would give me that same speech. You're a reflection of me, boy. You look unkept. You look dusty.
That's true.
They gonna think I'm not taking care of you, boy. You know what I'm saying? I used to get that all the time.
I was definitely.
Man, and that's something that I kind of take pride in now. You know what I'm saying? That I didn't really look at before is now when I look at things, man, I walk in public understanding that I'm a representation of all my forefathers. You feel me? Everybody that came before me. And, not to get too biblical, right? But the thing that kind of keeps me inspired is in the Bible it say that we were created in his image and in his likeness.
Yes. So
once you know that, it's like now when you face with difficulty, okay, like it kind of sounds cliche, but what did Jesus do? You feel me? It's like he was hated on for doing good. Like, so what about you? The Bible says he went bad across alone, didn't give you the answer. No. Mm-hmm. So it's like when you facing these problems, it's like, bro, it's like that's supposed to come with them because I'm like my father.
Thanks.
You feel me? Like, yeah, these things supposed to come. They're supposed to hate me for no reason because I'm doing good. That means I'm doing right.
The word also say the student is not struggling the teacher. And I don't know, far as
my teacher, yeah.
You know what I mean? There you go. So
that's my favorite scripture.
Facts. So yeah, most definitely if Christ endured, you definitely got to go through something.
You feel me? Definitely, man. Let's
or
see.
whoever y'all believe in, because we don't want to hold nobody
Yeah, we're
accountable
not
to
alienating
anything.
Yeah. Facts. Y'all, everybody is able to have their own belief system with all y'all,
Speaks of the truth.
whatever you want to believe in.
Facts.
You feel me? Let's see.
And the reason
it just so happens that we're Christians here.
I mean, I'm an Israelite.
I was gonna
you know what I'm
say,
saying, but I respect it because I was raised Christian, and I'm 11 years as a Hebrew.
That's something that I don't really exactly prescribe or subscribe to the whole Christian belief. I believe in being a saint, and that's something that I strive towards.
Yeah.
You feel me? And my own reason for that is because the Bible says the saints will go marching in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it didn't say the bishops, the priests, and none of this. It's the saints. And then to tell you what the saints are, tell you how to be a saint, and it goes into detail on all of it. So the whole Christian thing, I understand that Constantine forced people to be Christian, and that religion became a false religion because you forced people to get down or lay down. Yeah. So that means that they did it grudgingly. Yeah, but God give you your own free will, so that's not a God.
To look up what man is talking about, it's the Treaty of Nicaea.
Yes. Yeah.
To look up what man is talking about. With me personally, like I say, I was raised at Antioch Missionary Baptist Church in Houston, Texas, off of Clay Road, downtown. Yeah, well, that's the Beaumont branch.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah. The Houston branch, we were actually across the street from Enron, downtown Houston. You feel me? And
everybody know Enron.
I don't know if you guys ever been to Houston. There's a school called Jack Yates, but Jack Yates was the first pastor of our church. He actually founded in 1866.
The legendary Yates.
You feel me? So they actually instilled the person that you see in me. You feel me? Of course they was Christian. It was AMC type.
Yeah.
Some you feel me? But they were, it was a Baptist church, you feel me? But when we used to have to do the kids thing and we had to go downstairs, the picture of Christ was black. So that always stuck with me because I'm, being in Houston, especially on the southwest side, you know what I mean? You're going to stay by everybody. It's not my neighborhood is black, my neighborhood is this, and you lying.
Yeah.
And I grew up in an apartment complex, so it's even more mixed up.
Yeah.
So any race,
and just say AME Zion.
Okay, thank you. You feel me? So so like I didn't. My bad. She kind of messed me up because I had a girl that went to school with me named anyhow. I mean, went to church. His name. Okay, back. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so I actually got to talk to different people with different, religious backgrounds, and we never clashed. You know what I'm saying? I had a Pakistan friend where, I didn't actually, ate with them, went to their, to their church. I mean, their mass, you know what I'm saying? The 7-day Adventist people, the Jews, the Jewish people, what have you. So at the end of the day, I even went to a Catholic church with my guy.
I'll be letting him know we're gonna get to his comment.
For sure. But after that, you could just form your opinion of you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And once I got my opinion of me, it was like, as long as I do what's right, and that's how my pops taught me, is to do what's right and good things happen to you. You do what's wrong, bad things happen to you. You feel me? And you know what I'm saying? He was that pro-black, I'm not picking cotton out the aspirin bottle black, you feel me?
Right.
So,
Andrew say the King James Version of the Bible describes Christ when he returns as his hair. Come on,
white, are we what is that? Are we talking about Revelations 10:9, 2:9?
Yeah.
It's copper. So that's not white. I mean, I get you.
Well, I mean, if we could play semantics all day, it's not even semantics, but we could play, it's semantics to the ones that lied, because how you gonna go hide in Egypt amongst Egyptians if you know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna put it to y'all this way.
Go ahead.
It's really all about geography. What people don't realize is that where Bethlehem is, where he was born at, that was a part of Africa before Africa.
Big brother, little brother.
What's that?
Y'all heard what this man said? Please go pull a map up, people.
what you know now is like modern day Middle East. It was actually Africa, and actually Africa is a new name. It wasn't Africa back then. It really has had many names over the years. Afrique is one of them. Ethiopia is another one. And as a matter of fact,
if you talk to Kemet people, they'll tell you it was called Kemet, the Nile Valley civilization.
You know what I'm saying?
You know,
it was all let me say this. Y'all want to hear something controversial?
Run with it.
So I do believe that Christ was a person of color. You feel me?
Okay.
And I don't really dwell on it though, because
it's a footnote.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like that's cool, but at the end of the day, it really matters. It really matters not, because the Bible says that we should worship Him in spirit and in truth. Yeah. And then when we leave here, we got to get rid of this mortal body anyway and put on immortality.
Yeah.
Well,
which has no color.
You're correct in a sense, but the thing is, bro, you have this whole scripture of Christ coming back.
Yes.
So if you have someone saying that he's a certain color and a certain, how to say it, depicted. I may even say the wrong word. I apologize.
Yeah, you're right.
But if they're saying that he's a certain image and people are looking for this certain image, and Christ come back, it's gonna be a lot of people that miss Christ, right?
Hey, hold on, James. We're not even about to start with you, brother, because I don't know, man. We're gonna leave that alone. Go ahead.
You talking about what he just said?
No. James made a comment, and I had
That's
some
correct.
things.
What did he say?
He said all people of color.
We're all people of color.
Facts. That is correct. That is correct. I mean, like I say, I don't know if you guys know. Y'all may have heard I'm not gonna say they're my actual brothers, but they're my brothers. Y'all may hear my brothers.
I bet his blood was the same color as everyone's. It's very.
I mean, hey, you may hear some of the Israelite brothers cuss people out or whatever. James, at the end of the day, check this out.
James says, "Who cares what color or race Jesus is?" Look, I'm gonna say this about and I'm quite sure. I'm not speaking for everybody else. I'm speaking for me. Right. I think it matters to an extent, but then at the end of the day, it don't really matter. And I'm gonna tell you why, and then I'll let them expound on it, because I know my brother feels differently about it. We talk about this sometimes, but I just feel like, like I say, man, we supposed to worship Him in spirit and truth. I feel like the Hebrews, the Israelites, they turned their backs on Him, which opened the covenant to, everyone. So, man, we all in this together, and you only can make it back to heaven through him. You feel me? So if that's the case, like it doesn't really matter, because race is earthly. You feel me? Yeah. And
it's not gonna matter.
It's not gonna matter. You feel me? So
it's pretty damn important down here, though.
Okay, well, check this out. This is
but we're just pilgrims traveling through the land. Like, so I really could care less.
Mr. James, the reason, now I'm gonna speak from my point of view. The reason why it matters on color, bro, because black people.
That's true, Angie.
Because black people that was brought up in the 60s and in the 50s and in the 40s, they were taught once they started, once they left slavery and all that, they were taught that they were less than. Okay. Yeah. So from slavery up until the 60s and 50s, because my father was born in 56, correct? 57, 56, okay?
Yeah.
So now you got this group of people.
I want to expound on that for a second when you get done.
You got these group of people being told that they're less than. You have a whole documentation that comes from the United States that says that they're 3/4 of a human being. Okay, they were brought here as cows and chickens at the beginning. Went from let's play Planet of the Apes. They was Planet of the Apes. Okay, they were monkeys. They didn't talk. Went from not talking because they didn't speak the language that the Englishmen spoke. So they went from not talking. So they went from monkeys not talking to monkeys ruling. Actually, having some type of rulership and something. So
James,
when we hold on.
No, I'm taller than James.
Oh, my bad.
James,
So
you good,
when we get into this color thing, bro, the reason that the color matters to certain people is because if you taught that you're less than by the people that's not the color of you, but in your household, you're taught that you're greater than, but you also see all these pictures of, let's say, quote unquote, white Jesus everywhere. But when we read the Bible, because Black people, most of them grew up in the church home, they had to go through the Bible. When you read the Bible, like Miss Angie stated, the word says what color Christ is coming back as. The word also stated where he hid into in Egypt. The word also stated that the Israelites, that the Romans had mistaken the Israelites as Ethiopians. And they say, no, I'm not from Ethiopia. I am an Israelite. So if this color barrier, yeah, we can play, it doesn't matter, but it had to matter to somebody because they switched the color. We didn't switch it.
All right, let me say this, man.
We didn't do it.
Shelby says, I agree with James. It doesn't matter what nobody thinks. We're all children of God. Yeah. I agree to an extent, and I'm gonna tell you why.
What God?
Look, hold on. Look, I'm gonna tell you why. Because I agree that it doesn't matter, right? Because we all have to follow the same path to get into heaven. You feel me? And as for we're all the children of God, that's the part that I would like to debunk. Because if you read the Bible, it tells you that what a child of God is. And it tells you if you're not living your life in this particular way, then you are not one of mine. Yeah. So if that's the case, then everyone is not a child of God. And we got to stop telling people that, because some people gonna miss heaven because they were told that you could live any type of way and still be a child of God, and that's not true.
When we were kids, a lot of things were swept under the rug that was wrong that people did. Like, and we're not gonna say, you know, to each his own. If you're in the LGBT community, right? When we were younger, the homosexual community was swept under the rug. They wasn't flamboyantly and popularized, right?
That's a good question. Yeah.
Was that a popular, like, did they have just all these knowingly homosexual people when we were kids?
No.
Okay. So it got popularized, correct? As they grew stronger into what they believed in, correct?
Correct.
All right. So now, where we at with this?
Man, my only thing is that I do believe that God has a chosen people. Mm-hmm. I do believe that Jesus was a man of color. Yeah. But I also believe that it really don't matter because it was his own people that turned their back on him. You know, it was the church that crucified him. And he came in a way to show you that it's gonna be your own people that's gonna do you bad.
Thanks. You
feel me? But you still have to walk a certain walk to make it back to heaven, and he showed you how to do it.
And also, when you say about the far as the Christians being grafted into the tree, mm-hmm. That's true. But it also tells you that the Israelites are not done away with. So at the end of the day is what the real big thing is, and it actually goes back to the shade room thing too, is right. Once if you told that you, like, say for instance, King,
hold your thought, please. I gotta address this. Shelby, we have to know the difference between Jesus and God, okay? Because God did not sacrifice himself for everybody. He sent Jesus.
Please don't pull the scripture up.
Jesus sacrificed himself for everybody because God wanted to do away with us.
That's John 3:16, right?
Yes.
Go to the one before it. Go to the one before it. Because he said, I came to who? For my people, the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Yes. So we can, if we're gonna read the word, let's read it. Let's not go off of what someone say. Let's just read it.
Hold on, my bad, Shelby. I didn't read it. She said, just had this argument with my husband the other night. Would Jesus accept a gay pastor that was in my town? You know what he said? Look, that's between you and your husband. I'm not gonna get into y'all household thing. You feel me? Like,
I know the word says there's many gods on this earth.
Yeah.
Okay. The Most High say, I am the God.
The.
Okay.
Many gods with a lowercase g. I
So-
am the God with a capital G.
So once again, it's easy to say, yeah, well, we just follow God, we praise God. What God?
Yeah. But see, and I don't know if you believe in this, because we haven't really talked about this. But
Come with it.
you know, for people to say I follow God, God didn't want. He wants to do away with us. We're not holy enough to follow God or to speak to God or to be in the presence of God. That's the reason why he sent Jesus. Jesus is our intercessor.
That's facts. He is the great I am.
He is the great I am.
That is correct. And he ain't never changed the name. So where all these names come from?
So the thing is, we have to follow Jesus so he can get us back to God. Because if you try to skip over Jesus to get to God, it ain't happening. He said you have to. He's the intercessor.
That's correct.
He said you have to come through the Son. If you come any other way, you're a thief and a robber. So you just want to put that out there, man, because you know a lot of people. I get that a lot, man. People talk about God, and you can.
He's so cold, bro. And I mean cold in a good way. I'm sorry, you know, but he's so powerful. If you go get the Quran, he spoke about it in their book.
Yep.
If you go get all these other different, if you go to the Roman, you go get the Roman, their books. You go get the books of the dead. It's a person spoke of all the same stuff that the Bible speak of. So we can play with who came up with the Bible, what color, whatever. Man, that's fine and dandy. All right, yeah, hey. Color is color. Hey, you a child of God, I'm a child of God. Are you bringing other people to God?
That's all that matters.
That's really what we
you
here
feel
for.
me?
We're not really here for anything else. We are here for that.
We're supposed to help each other through this land.
That's
you feel
it.
me?
So it don't matter whether I'm a Hebrew,
you feel
he
me?
could be a Christian.
Check
all
this
I
out.
want to do is make sure I help my brother.
Yeah.
That's all
look,
we can do.
It's
a village.
It's a village. Problem with this man being a Hebrew because Jesus was a Hebrew.
You feel me?
You feel me?
And that's I'm a Christian. I'm Christ-like.
Christ-like. That's all the Christian means.
That is correct.
To me, like I said, to me, it's not a religion.
I'm the Christians that they mocked, the ones that follow Christ.
Yeah.
So yeah, I am a Christian. I'm a pre-Constantine Christian.
Christian was actually a mocking term.
That
it
is
was
correct.
A derogatory term.
That is correct.
You
to
feel
mock the ones that follow Christ.
Yeah, facts, man. But
so I am a Christian.
But to go along with that, Christ said he's coming back for a church without a spot or a wrinkle, right?
Facts.
And a church is the body of people. You feel me?
Facts.
But he also goes in to say how he's going to get a church from a church. So he's going to have churches from people within groups of different people. So it's okay to be Baptist. It's okay to be Catholic. It's okay to be non-denomination, Church of God. If you're living how he said to live, to be one of his, he's going to take care of you and you're going back home.
If you follow him, you never know who he going to put in your path to help you get to where you need to get to.
You feel
me?
You
just can't stray away from what you follow. That's it.
That is it.
The word of God said,
but
I'm looking up somebody somewhere to use their power.
Facts. It may be a person that worships the devil that can get you a job today, right? That don't mean you gotta go follow the devil.
Nah.
You just, I got the job with him, but now I know I can't. Certain things I can't do with him because my God is not going to allow me to do that.
And let me address this right quick, man. James said we can get into the scripture and still get nowhere because it's how each individual has their own interpretation. That is not right. I don't believe that. I believe that the Bible is the only book that you can read all your life and still get something new from it every time you read it.
Facts.
The Spirit has to give you the knowledge, the edification. You feel me? So if you're trying to read it on your own through your own carnal knowledge, like you're gonna miss a lot of it.
You know what? So many people mess up, man.
Not praying.
That too.
You feel me? A lot of people go into it. They don't even tap into their spirituality.
That's very true. But what I was
they not history buffs. That's the problem.
That too.
Go ahead.
But what I was getting at was where people mess up at, where so many Christians miss the mark. We don't hear from God because we're expecting God to say a certain thing, and when He don't say that certain thing, we act like we don't hear what He's really saying.
That's horrible. That's true though.
So
true.
that goes back
when
to
you already made it up in your
you
mind.
looking for Christ to return, right? You looking for Christ to return, right? But you see all these pictures showing that this is what Christ's gonna look like when he get back. But when he come back, you don't see him. You gonna kick him and shun him away like y'all did before, like we did the first time, right?
And that's fine. That's fine because you know what? If you don't do it, he can get some rocks to crowd for him.
Hey,
You feel me?
He can raise anything.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, man. That's the task.
That's what I say,
that's the
bro.
task for every one of us in here. I can actually feel that energy in here.
Yeah.
That's the task for every one of us to make sure we do what we supposed to do.
Exactly.
So regardless of what you believe in, if you doing what you supposed to do positively, because that negativity only mix to negativity. So.
Man, and Angie, you're right. She said church isn't a building, it's the believer.
It's
the building is the house of prayer. Church is the congregation.
Yep.
You feel me? They used to call it the church house because it housed the people.
Let's go farther. It was called the synagogue, right?
Fact.
And what happened was, right, this is why I love Christ, right? What happened was every time the Hebrews would get conquered, the first thing that the people do was knock down their synagogue, okay? So when Christ came on the scene, he said, look, stop looking to rebuild the synagogue because I put the what? The temple is in you.
Yes, facts. And Shelby, she says every person will get their own interpretation of the Bible. Well, like I said, pray before you read the Bible. Ask God to give you some understanding because you don't want to lean to your own understanding. He say lean not to your own understanding.
All
you
your
feel
ways
me?
acknowledge me, I will direct you.
I will direct your path. And that's all it is. You just gotta go get some permission. You know what I'm saying? Lead me to where I'm supposed to be. Cause I'm telling you, what man, look, this is what happened to me, man. Like my brother was saying, man, when we started getting into these altercations with the police on the road, not doing nothing but just trying to get back home.
The right thing.
You feel me?
The right thing. Say that.
Yeah,
we doing the right thing.
Yeah. but check it out, man. It started bothering me because I'm like, I'm not doing nothing but trying to get back home. Why am I having so much issues? And I'm a thinking person. So once I start bumping my head, I'm like, bro, like, what can I do differently? Why am I getting these type of results? So I started, getting into self-improving. I started to look up these philosophers. And
let me freeze you right quick. The one who just said we're gonna get that blasphemy of the Holy Ghost, you absolutely correct.
Yeah, that's Angie.
Please, that needs to be magnified because they don't understand that. They play with the Holy Ghost like that's something to play with. You can't play with that word. You can't play with that.
With you. The whole whitewash Jesus thing, I feel like that's blasphemous within itself because now you're altering the face of God.
Well, look, hold on. Let me get back to my point though.
I'm sorry.
So I started trying to educate myself to see, like why. As I'm learning, I'm starting to see that a lot of our mentality was wrong, or my mentality was wrong growing up. I started seeing the flaws in things that I once believed in the ways that I viewed things. And my mom had told me for about 2 years to read the Bible, and I just wouldn't do it because I never could understand it. I never could get an understanding of it. So one day, man, I prayed and I read the Bible, and the first thing that I pulled up was Proverbs, the first chapter of Proverbs. And the first thing I read was the fear of God is the beginning of knowledge. And it just blew my mind because I realized that I was looking for answers for stuff in all the wrong places. The answers was in the Bible. And she had been telling me for 2 years, read the Bible. And the fear of God, when you know what God is expecting of you and how you should be, as a child of God, then you start realizing, bro, I'm not supposed to be doing a lot of this stuff. Like, why are we doing this? Mm-hmm. You feel me? Like, bro, we gotta, like,
it's just like with,
we tripping.
It's like with food, you know what I'm saying? Like,
tripping.
the more you study health, the more you like, dang, hold on, garlic is poison. It's a toxin.
Yeah.
And we've been eating garlic for years.
Sorry, man. This man, he was there when I came into being a Hebrew. Like,
facts.
Every day, like it was like I came, like I learned that I was a Hebrew from going to the studio.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We talking about a place that we party. This is a place that we party. This wasn't no Bible, none of that. Like none of that. Ain't nobody talking about God. Nobody saying I'm gonna pray for you, none of that, right?
Yeah.
But the day This one day, my bro said, "Hey man, y'all come to the yoke." Hey, wasn't no music playing. The word was open, and when I seen my brother's face and how he was so lit, and he was just running scriptures, and I'm like, man, I know this guy. This guy ain't no scripture running person.
Feel me?
You feel me? So it had to grab me. So I'm like, okay, let me listen.
And he called me one day and was like, "Hey, bro, come to Bible study with me." And man, I remember it because we prayed, and that was new for me. I'm like, man, us praying together, that's all new, man. But that's when I realized, or that was on my journey to realizing that that's how we're supposed to be, man. We're supposed to go.
We were growing up.
Yeah,
we were growing up. Because see, that's the thing that a lot of people may not even know about me. You know what I mean? I'm very, very spiritual. Even before I was a Hebrew and all that, like me and God, like I always tried to make sure I had that relationship with him. You feel me?
Shelby says, I don't go to church, haven't been since I've been working weekends for 3 years. I don't need to go to church to praise God. I can do that by myself.
Hey, look, YouTube has so many sermons.
Hey, they used to tell, the old schools used to say, go in the closet.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Hey, we talk about that at church.
So, you know what I mean? Closet, bro. Hey, that's where he really hear you. You know, what you do, it's like, you don't have to glorify it that way. You don't have to let people know who you pray, how you pray, because that's you and him.
Right.
You feel me? But I appreciate you putting it out there because it's a lot of people that's even ashamed to even say what they do.
And I don't believe it. I don't believe a painting of the true Jesus exists. I can't wait to see him. I pray to be counted.
That's the thing.
You feel me?
That's the thing. Praying that your spirit will recognize Christ when Christ get here is what you get.
That's what it's like. Hey, Angie,
you feel me?
Bro,
that's the
Angie,
see, I love this little dude right here, bro. I love this dude. Y'all not hear, like, y'all might not hear him, but he's spitting them scriptures.
Tell him again, bro.
My sheep know my voice.
Yeah.
And they'll follow me. As soon as Jesus shows up, we gonna know it's him. It's something that's
Rabbi, why do you speak to them in parables?
Yes, sir. I'm trying to say, look, as soon as Jesus talks, we gonna know it's him. It's something in our spirit that's gonna react to it. It's just like, all right, you know how when you hear a song that you ain't heard in a long time, if somebody asks you about that song, you might not remember the lyrics to it. Mm-hmm. But as soon as you hear it,
you know it word for word,
and your body reacts to it, right? You can't sit still because that's your ish. As soon as Jesus shows up, and as soon as he speaks,
hey, boy, that's gonna be amplified,
man.
Hey,
now I personally have a theory. I do not believe that Jesus is going to come back in our lifetime, and I'll tell you why.
Go ahead.
People say that we're living in the last days, but we have to remember God's calendar. We've been in the last days for so long. We've been in the last days since the Bible was still being written. Like the Book of Revelations was really being written in the last days. We have to remember, though, God has literally been living for millions and millions of years. His calendar don't look like our calendar. Not at all. Our calendar is based on 24 hours a day.
It's like one day.
That's what I'm about to go to. It's 1,000 years. So when people say when they say we're in the last days, how many days is that? Because what I'm saying is if one day is as of 1,000 years, then the last days, that's more than one. That's a few thousand already.
You feel me?
That's
why I feel like he's not coming back in our lifetime.
However, I ain't gonna claim that.
I'm gonna be honest.
I don't know.
Like I said, it's a theory.
Yeah. I feel like to be honest with you, it may not be the actual son. It might not be the actual Christ, but his essence have came multiple times, bro.
Yeah.
Like the actual
Jesus has actually made visits to earth.
You know what I mean? And also even with the and I hate to say it, with people aborting their babies, bro. Like we don't know what we stopping from being here.
Facts. I say that all the time.
You know what I'm saying? The younger kids get killed early. We don't know.
Yeah. I say that all the time.
Because think about it. Think about how pure spirited some of these kids be. Think about like this day and age right now. These kids are super, like they know things. They like you like, how do y'all know that? Right? So, but
my thing is, man, that's my thing on abortion. I do understand that there are times where
facts.
You have to do that, man. But just to say like, okay, I can't take care of it. You know what I'm saying? I don't really believe in that, bro. Because I'm like you. The Bible say, lean not to your own understanding. I mean, acknowledge him in all our ways, right? So it's a bunch of different things that you should be doing, because you could pray and ask God to step in and lead you and guide you to help you take care of that child. And what if that child can grow to and lead the nation in something? You feel me? And you cut it short because you didn't see a way, but you ain't God.
Right.
You feel me?
And it goes like that in so many different variations of our community. And that's why we have to talk about the color. Because if we go, like I went to Langham Creek. You feel me? I stayed on Eldridge and West Lydia and Concord Bridge, a $250,000 home before. You feel me? Mm-hmm. So I've stayed in the good areas and I just stayed in the hood too. You feel me? So at the end of the day, if one area is pushing their kids to excellence and the other area pushing their kids to just survive, how many kids we got out here crashing?
Yeah, facts. Man, me and New Soul was talking about that on our way up here, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Just that right there. Like, they talk about, this is the reason why when in the comments they start talking about black on black crime, I really try to avoid it because it's real in depth. And I don't feel like I get my point across trying to talk about it in such a short period of time, right? But I just really feel like they experimented with us, for one, by, they say hurt people hurt. I'm about to explain. Okay. So they say hurt people hurt people. Thanks. So they took us, hurt people, put us all around each other and applied more hurt, more pain. You got people crashing, bro, because if I want to do right, but this person, I just watched them kill my brother.
Yeah.
Do you know the effect that has on a kid?
On your psyche.
No, it's on the psyche, man. Like, do you know what that does to a mother when she realized she couldn't protect her kid? People can say what does that does to that household, that marriage? Like, that's something that, man. And people always talk about what the mother's love for a child. But what about a father? A father is the protector.
Sorry, man. Look.
And for him to feel like I dropped the ball, don't let it be my one and only child.
Sorry, man. Look, man.
You feel me?
Look.
Like, bro,
like what he telling y'all, like, true enough, you know, and I can speak, and I like with him, like, he the only man I know that's been raising his kids. Like, he got his, and I may be putting his business out there,
good,
but I'm going to speak on it because I've been with this man since 2008.
Yeah.
You feel me? And I seen him be married, get divorced, get his kids, and raise his kids the right way all the way to this point. You feel me?
Right.
So that's how I can speak on this man. And the shit that I seen him go through helped me go through what go through my ups and downs and my, you know what I'm saying, my marriage and dealing with that, with that type of situation and stuff. Just by having a brother that stood strong and did it and was able to have somebody to look towards and, you know what I'm saying, talk to with.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Man, so that blew my mind one day, bro, when I was like, I realized that in all the gang banging and everything that I was doing it wrong. I'm beefing with, that was my brothers.
Facts.
And I'm looking back at it like, dang, I'm looking at them and I see what I thought was anger and hate in their eyes.
It's fear.
It wasn't even fear, it was pain.
That too.
That was a cry for help. And I'm beefing with them. Because I'm trying to cry for help too. But all we can acknowledge is something wrong.
See, so at the end of the day, it was just lack of love.
Yeah.
It was a love. You had love, but it was somewhere it was love that you was looking for that you was lacking.
Yeah.
You feel me? Because even with me, you know what I mean? Same with me, it's like, bro, like, I'm the only child, you know what I'm saying? So everything I had to face, it was dolo solo, like, you know what I mean? So once you get that camaraderie, like I explain it like this. Gang banging for me was like Boy Scouts for the hood, okay? And why you say that? Because don't the Boy Scouts get a uniform? Okay, we got a uniform, okay? To get merit badges, you got to do different things. Hey, to get ranking in this thing, you got to do some things. Right. You feel me?
Right.
So when the Boy Scouts have the Worldwide National Boy Scouts Association meeting, or whatever it may be called. They got a group up, everybody from everywhere coming together. Hey, they was doing the same thing on the gang stuff. So we basically, like, I'm sorry, I don't mean to say we, but with me, it was the, like you say, it was the lack of love. You know what I'm saying? It was the camaraderie ship, but if it was steered the right way, say for instance, if we knew Christ was black and we knew that we were of king and queen ships, and not that, just know y'all kings and queens and that's it. But if you actually was taught, that's what I was getting at with Prince Harry and Prince Charles, they've been born and raised knowing that they're going to be one day a king. Okay, so that means as a kid, they know to keep their shoes tied. They know to dress accordingly, act accordingly, because they know one day they're a king, they're in royalship, right? So if you want our kids, or if you want the black community, and this is how I look at it, if you want the black community, quote unquote, the violence and the black on black crimes, stop lying to them about who they are. Tell them who they are so they can start walking accordingly to who they are, and maybe you wouldn't have to worry about that type of stuff. But the more that we lie, and there's a whole book called How to Create a Black Nigger Slave, you feel me? So the more we lie and not tell us who we are, the more we play these semantics and play these color games and play, oh, I'm rich, you poor, oh, I'm this color, this, that. The more we do that, the more it's not gonna change.
Let me say this, and this is what me and you see the same thing, but I think we handle it differently, right? Because, and I don't want to offend nobody out there, but this is how I feel. I feel like as black men, we should, lead by example. Yeah. It's too many of us that has dropped the ball. And then for us to say that these people oppressed us back then. These people stopped us from doing this and doing that. Okay, well, why you keep going to them same people looking for a handout? Well, you got examples of showing you that there was a Black Wall Street back then.
Multiples.
But look, check
I had
it out.
It in my neighborhood in Beaumont. The South End had everything that Black Wall Street had.
If they had a Black Wall Street when they didn't even have money like that.
Facts.
We got more money in the black community now than ever before. Why aren't we having another Black Wall Street?
You know why? Go ahead.
In 2020, $1.2 trillion was spent by the black community.
On BS.
Do y'all realize what we could have done?
Appreciate you,
with
Sean.
$1.2 trillion? Understand, we spend money
on
dumb shit.
I'm gonna help you out.
Don't get me wrong. I don't mind you spending money on jewelry. I like watches too. You feel me? I don't mind you spending money to look good because I like to look good.
I'm gonna talk on that too. Go ahead, because I did that too.
Here, I got to break down the truth.
You got it. Go ahead.
And it's subconscious, really. When you do not have true freedom, you begin to surround yourself with the images of the freedom that you want. These materialistic things that people like to buy with this money that we really could have spent doing something else. These are symbols of financial freedom, liquid money.
Thanks.
Stuff that we really don't fucking have. You know what I mean? We don't have the kind of money to spend $500,000 on the chain, which, by the way, is probably fake.
Look,
a lot of those jewels got exposed this year.
Check this out.
A lot of those jewels got exposed. I'm getting somewhere. I'm sorry. I apologize. You know what I'm saying? But like, everything that we buy depreciates in value. And the reason why is because it's not going to be worth anything when we done with it. When you done with that Bentley, you can't resell that Bentley for any higher than you already had it. When you resell that house, depending on what market you in, you ain't finna get that house back for the money that you spent on it. You feel me? What we could be doing, there are multiple black businesses in our community, and a lot of them are struggling because they don't have the patron.
Shelby, you're right,
and they don't have a type of financial backbone. All I'm saying is, imagine what that 1.2 trillion could have done for the black community, for our education. We could have built a hospital. We could have built a bank on that.
You know what? I don't mean to cut you out, bro. You was gonna go?
No, you gotta go. I'll go after you.
I was a youngster in the 90s. Like, I'm about to be 38 this year. You feel me? It was this thing like before a certain rapper, and I'm not gonna say that rapper's name, but it was a thing where the rappers was on some express yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, even with the female rappers, it was, I gotta have a rough neck.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What was the other? What a man.
What a mighty
Stand by your man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was a thing like that going on, right? And even with our parents, like you would hear the stories of your grandparents having outside children, but they still married, and you like, well, how did that happen? Because they had a different protocol of things back then. You feel me?
Right.
So in the 90s, it was a rapper that came out with a song that was called "You Gotta Get Yours, I Gotta Get Mine." Okay, that mind state is what happened.
Yeah.
Everybody stopped worrying about, you good, brother?
Yeah.
I'm not worried about if he good now, as long as I'm good.
We were just talking about that.
I'm gonna talk on that too. But my first thing was to go back to the jury statement, and this is nothing against people that rock jury, because I see my brother got jury.
I worked hard for this.
You feel me? And I used to rock jury too, but you know why I stopped, man? Somewhere along the way, I realized what happened is I realized that the chain that I wanted costed $33,000.
Damn.
What I look like wearing this fake chain, and now I'm being around people that really got it. They know I ain't got no $33,000. Like, no, bro, I'd rather just not have jewelry before I look like I'm out here faking it, right? But then somewhere in that process, I realized that the jury don't make you, you make the jury. I don't really need any jury on me to have value. As a matter of fact, the jury only brings complications and problems to me, right? And I'm gonna tell you why. Remember when we used to go out and sell CDs? How many times we used to take our jury? We would be certain, bro, take your jury off. You feel me? If I gotta continuously move that way, then what's the point of having these things? It's like, bro, I'm the value. I don't want females around because that's what's going. Hold on, let me say this.
It's like that, but the cold part about it is it shouldn't even be like that.
It shouldn't, but it is.
It shouldn't be like that because at the end of the day, what's yours is yours and what's mine is mine. I don't know if you remember this, man, but we was at the club one night and we was doing security. I'm paying everybody, right? But it was a group of females that approached my brother on, they talking to him about getting in the club, but they digging on them and they all on the jury. I don't know if you remember that, like when we was at the Empire. I don't remember.
So look, I'm gonna tell you what happened. So the chicks, they just completely overlooked me, right? Mm-hmm. Which was cool. But what crossed my mind was,
he the one paying though.
You feel me?
He got the money. That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
I understand what you
and then so later on with my cousin, I ain't gonna say his name, but my cousin, we go to Angels. They look at me as if I'm the broke nigga. Mm-hmm. But the section that they sitting in is mine. Mm-hmm. They had to get me to say that they could come in the club and then sit in my section. So then when they get in the section, they start trying to grab bottles and stuff. And I'm like, nah, remember that broke stuff? Put my bottles down. Yeah. So the girl looking at my cousin like, man, who is this nigga? So I'm like, man, tell her, look, everybody else can have a drink, but she better not touch it.
Yup.
Yeah, you gonna look there and be thirsty. Go buy your own drink.
Be thirsty.
He was like, kid. He was like, man, let me talk to a kid.
Well,
you feel me?
I feel where you're coming from. With me, the reason, like, you know what I'm saying, I have my custom jewelry, right? Okay.
I get up. Everybody that wear jewelry, bro.
I get up. But I'm gonna give y'all my side why I do it. I get up every morning at 4:00 in the morning, right? I work out at 5, right?
Yeah.
And clock in at 6. Okay. I own a record label, a trucking company, a publishing company.
Yes.
You feel me? All from a paycheck. Okay. I opened the building up and owned a barbershop, all from a paycheck. Okay. So when I'm speaking to the young brothers and I'm telling them the different ways that they can actually make money, generate, and flip without having to do it the wrong way. I don't want to just be telling them, hey man, well, if you do it this way, you can have it. And I don't have that.
Yeah, facts.
You feel me? So that's why I have mine.
And look, that's cool.
He could tell you, I drive foreign cars.
Facts.
You feel me? But I work hard for that. You
but
feel
check it out.
And time out before he go any further. Have I been homeless before, man?
Facts.
Have I not slept in the car outside your apartment before because I didn't have a place to stay?
Facts.
Okay, then. So if I can tell you about that, that's why I got this on.
Yeah.
You feel me? I'm not doing it to be on no bragging, capping. No. I'm showing you can still, no matter what you go through, if you want it, you can have it. That's what I teach my daughters.
It's two different methods to get to the same results. Mm-hmm. That's all. You feel me? Because for me, that's one of the reasons why I don't do it, is because I want to show the young guys out there that you don't have to follow the trends. You don't have to go for the things that people, the flash and stuff. And not like I say, nothing is wrong with it, because you got stand-up guys, like Southside here that's really out there getting it legally.
Facts.
You feel me? And actually doing this thing. But a lot of them follow these rappers and stuff, man, and these guys that's out here, man, the fake drug dealers with the fake Gucci belts. I want to show them that, hey, I don't have none of those things. But look at my accomplishments, the things that God has allowed me to accomplish in life and has blessed me with.
And what Big Brother would appeal to, he would appeal to a certain crowd.
Facts.
With me,
you're going to appeal to another crowd.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Because, like, I even had this conversation with one of my relatives. Like, there was this, this one lady that was kind of showing me some play, and she, whatever the case may be, would only deal with, like they say, the 6-figure type of cats, and they not getting it from stocks and bonds, you feel me? And just for me to be able to entertain this woman and my cousin to see this woman is actually, infatuated with me, that's how I do it. It's like, hey, they doing it, like, and I don't knock them because I done been there, what I'm saying? But if you doing it the wrong way, how can I tell you to do it this way and I ain't got nothing to show you? You feel me? That's like, not to keep bringing brother up, but Charles the White made a good point, right? If you telling somebody about your God, right? You preaching about your God, right? But you smell like a pound of weed. You ain't got no money, like, cause you right.
Yeah.
It shouldn't make a difference, right? Yeah. But you don't have no jewelry on. You busted, broke, looking raggedy, right? Yeah. You don't have nothing going on for you. How can you think that younger generation or that youngster gonna try and be attracted to your God?
Yeah.
They're not going to.
You feel me? So
as sad as that is.
At the end of the day, what did I quote to y'all? I told y'all off the rip, I'm an Israelite.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna speak the truth regardless.
Yeah.
Like if we're going to get in depth, like I'm a Jew from the tribe of Judah, which is the Southern Kingdom. My nickname is what? Southside. Like let's go deep in if we really want to play games. But at the end of the day, how can I get the youngster whose pants is sagging to even look my way or even talk to me if I don't even look similar or any of that's up there on that TV screen when they cut on them rap videos? No different from your pastor dressing the part when he's going to church, when he don't even have to pull up in the Lincoln or the Bentley or fly there or put on whatever the case may be just to preach the word. But when you see him, you see accomplishments because that's how they taught us. I'm sorry. I did take sociology in college, so I know.
Me too.
That's how they taught us.
Yeah.
We think, like my big bro was saying, the glamour and gold, the glitter, we think that's accomplishment.
Yeah.
So sometimes you have to trick the psyche to hear the word.
Like I say, man.
You know what? I'm glad you said that. I appreciate it. That you gave me a jewel just now.
Yeah, like I say, it's different strokes for different folks, man. And I don't judge none of it. You feel me? So we just have different approaches to get to the same goal, like I said. You feel me? So, it's however you choose to spread, the knowledge that you have, man, and help the next person out. Look, man. So we're gonna end it with this before we get out of here. You feel me? So there's been a lot of controversy on social media.
My favorite subject.
Black men versus black women, man. Why do it seems like nowadays it's so much black on black hatred between black men and black women as if we don't need each other? Where is that coming from?
This started in the 1980s.
They go farther than that, bro.
Well, if you want to be technical, it really kind of goes back to the civil rights movement.
Farther than that, brother.
Nah, it starts there.
Look, Deuteronomy 28.
So you're getting biblical.
Hey,
I'm
that's
talking
how you
about
gotta
as
do.
it exists now. As it exists now, the way that it stands with the things that are in place right now, it really dates back to when we had such a powerful movement in the 60s and 70s to advance our people. They had to first and foremost, okay, if you ever study Sun Tzu's Art of War,
Yes.
you know that the way that you can weaken a people is to remove the family structure.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? The family structure has to crumble, then the nation's going to crumble.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? We don't have a leg to stand on because we don't have no. Matter of fact, DJ, man, we just talking about this in the car. We don't have no leaders.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And the reason why is because we had so many powerful leaders back in the day. We had Malcolm X, we had Elvis Cleveland, we had Huey P. Newton, we had, you know what I'm saying, Bobby Seale. We had so many people who gave so much to us. And one of the first things, not first things, one of the things that is a cornerstone in the Islam faith is marriage.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? The strong family structure makes everything else strong.
Yeah, and biblical too.
Biblically,
yes,
absolutely. That was really the point of marriage.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Two people cannot walk together unless they agree. When you were in a marriage, you know what I'm saying? When you can't be at odds constantly.
Can I give you a little something? And this is I can't speak for all Israelites, right? But with what I run with, right? You have a higher Shah, which is the great I am that I am, right?
Right.
You have Rawak, which is the Holy Spirit, right? Which when you go into the Bible, you get the Holy Spirit as a feminine spirit, correct? Because it say her and she when it's talking of the Holy Spirit. So you have man, woman, male, femme make Christ, correct?
Yep.
So that is, that's one of our things that, on the with the Israelite thing, we feel that the Holy Spirit is like the mother spirit, the feminine spirit. So you had father, wife to make Christ. You feel me? To bring Christ into this. Absolutely. Versus having three guys saying the Holy Trinity or whatever, and it's weird. You know what I mean?
Well, when you think about
hold on. Shelby, that's incorrect. That's incorrect.
What she say?
She says, and y'all try to control your temperament with this one. She says black men as a whole don't take responsibility. Hold on, let me finish. For the most part, not speaking for all y'all. Mm-hmm. Okay. Right. Well, let me kind of go.
What is the responsibility for?
Well, for one, let me say this. That's another one of those things that's shown through media, and it's not real.
It's not
because every last one of us up here know black men that are leading in the community, black men that are married and handling their business
I'm not married, but you look at three right now.
You feel me? That's what I'm saying. Like we all.
What is the responsibility?
Taking care of their family.
That's not true.
I
know more black fathers than I do fathers that not take care of their kids.
But look, check this out. It's not true, but we know that. Yeah. Once again, it goes back to the statement earlier. There's a sector of people out there that don't know nothing but what they see in the media. So because they don't know the black people like we know, because we in the community, they only know what they see in the media. In the media, you see that it's a single mom, the dad doing it. You feel me? Like so because our own people are presenting us in this way. You get comments like this because they don't know.
This is what I would just say. Well, can you give us some pointers of what we need to do? And
look, Angie come through. She say you can only speak on an individual, not a whole group.
Well, and I appreciate that, but I like if she feel that way, then give us some pointers of what actual ownership of the responsibility of what we need to take up on. And once you give me that, and I'm not arguing or anything, I just want to know. Have you actually tried to equate that into your life?
Here's my thing.
Like, have you actually talked to a black person that you feel may be not taking responsibilities and come to them in a generous way and say, well, you know, I may have a solution for you to be able to help your kids, you know, like, because at the end of the day, if it's all about solutions, if you feel the problem is there, right? So, okay, if that's the case may be, can you help us get some pointers and give us some groundwork to help? And can you help us with your boots on the ground with us?
But I'm gonna say,
because I don't mind the help.
I'm gonna say this, bro. It really just sounds like you need to educate yourself more, Shelby. That's all. Like, I don't believe you're a bad person. You need to educate yourself more on the topic. Hold on. She says, I'm not talking about blue collar men. I'm talking about the majority of the black community in America. Do your research. That's why this speculation. That's what this speculation comes from. Is what she's trying to say. Well, once again, this is a conversation me and New Soul had coming up here. The stats that you guys are talking about, you talking about the research, a lot of that stuff is misleading.
The same ones that got Christ white.
Yeah, you feel me? Like, come on, man. A lot of this stuff is misleading because they tell us that you know you have these single moms and hold on, they tell us that you have these single moms and these dads that's not taking care of their responsibilities. But man, I've known, like, they do, what's the dads on deck out here?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They got the dad
brothers for a positive change.
Brothers for a positive change.
Do it every year.
You feel me?
But this is what I didn't mean to cut them out, but this is what I was gonna get at, right? Me and my ex-wife used to have this discussion, right? She used to say, well, you know, statistics show that most women raise their child by themselves because it's not really, most black households is a single parent household, right? And then she would be like, well, can you even name anybody who had both their parents? And I start running at least 20, like my immediate 20 people had both parents in the household that I knew.
You feel me?
You feel me? So if she, just because it may not have worked for her household, if she's thinking, okay, man, my parents didn't work, it didn't work out with my parents, and she grows up thinking the same thing that the lady Shelby thinks, then that will build your statistic up.
But check this out. This that made me think about something that really just proved my point, bro. We had a lady on here a few weeks ago that was talking about how she is trying to get her marriage back now because she realized that she ruined her marriage. She had a good husband and she ruined the marriage by always talking about what all he's not doing. And she was saying how she would see on, you know, social media these vacations, and she want to know why they can't dress alike and take pictures for holidays, and why he's not around to do this. But the guy was working. You feel me? He's working, trying to take care of their two kids, her and the baby she's pregnant with. And she didn't appreciate it because she was so caught up in, I want to look like what everybody else is doing that looks fun. I said that to say this. I believe that Shelby is just a product of mainstream media propaganda.
Right. Yeah.
You feel me? Like, she just caught up in the brainwash because the things that you're saying is not really, if you were actually here, you would know that it's a lot more of people really taking the responsibility, taking care of their household, taking care of their kids than what the media would allow you to believe. Do we have fathers that need to step up?
Facts.
Yes,
most definitely.
You
but
feel
that's
me?
every race.
But that's every. I was just about to say that. That's every race. But you know what? Don't get talked about. It don't get talked about how it get talked about.
Because the magnifying glass has always been on the animal.
Definitely, bro. Definitely,
on
man.
The animal, on the made in America.
And look,
let's be real. Look, we the only thing that's made in America.
But check this out.
Everything else that came here, we got made here.
Bro, check this out. This is something else. Also, so this is something else, bro. So they talk about, you know, gun violence in the black community, right?
What black community though?
But I mean, Chicago is pretty bad. You feel me? Chicago. But look,
hold on.
Let me
Before he
finish.
go that far, I stayed in Chicago, right? I went to the South Side. They had every time I went to the South Side of Chicago, I never had no issues, never heard anything, right? The North Side of Chicago is close to Great Lakes, which is where the naval base is. Okay, they had more murders, drug dealings, and robberies going on in Norfolk. I mean, not Norfolk. I'm sorry, going in Waukegan in North Chicago. Than they had where they always talking about the King Buns and the rap and stuff. It was more killing going on in the good part of Chicago than it was going on in the hood. So it's always about who's the media outlet that you're receiving your information from.
This is kind of what I wanted to say earlier, just picking back on both these brothers and said. You have to remember, we're the ones that's taking all this bad information on these media sources. But again, this kind of feeds into, I don't want to say conspiracy, but the ploy to remove the black father from the household. Again. And
look, that's what she's talking about, right? Look, she just said, that's what she just said, bro.
What?
The Shelby lady just said something about the black father.
Honestly, I come from a very small town in Georgia where majority of my community is Black Americans. A lot of them don't have dad in the background. I can only speak from my experience.
Respectfully.
You feel me?
Respectfully that. So,
okay. So, like I said, Sun Tzu's Art of War, where you can dismantle a people, destroy the household. You know what I'm saying? This media, and they got you thinking that shit is normal. So, like, if you start running into issues with your relationship, you got kids, you got the kids to think about. But social media got you thinking, well, if he acting like this, you should leave him.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to fight for the relationship anymore.
No more.
You're looking at social media like the young lady we had on the podcast a few weeks back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you looking at all these people in these public ass TikTok relationships, you have no idea what's going on behind closed doors.
They don't show you that these women that are looking at this is now trying to fight to get their relationship back because they realize they done messed up.
Because
they don't talk about that.
Exactly. And half these TikTok couples, these YouTube couples that you see, number one, a lot of them are fake. They're not actually couples. They're not actually in love. They found out you can get a bag on TikTok and YouTube just doing couple shit. And they were like, well, you know what? Let's pretend to be a couple so that we can go ahead and get this YouTube money real quick. Not only that, but you also forget some of these people getting cheated on. Some getting lied to. You know what I'm saying? Like, this image of I'm an upstanding black man, I'm an upstanding boyfriend or what have you, that's a real cool image. And you know what? I'm using that image to get away with my dirt behind closed doors. You feel me? What am I getting at? What I'm getting at right now is I think that all of it kind of goes into destroying the black household and keeping it destroyed. You know what I'm saying? I think that we look on social media, we see all these things. We see, statistically black women are raising children by themselves, or, my relationship don't look like these TikTok relationships. So we get all of this in our psyche and we start thinking, well, breaking up with your boyfriend is normal when you got kids. Being a single mother is normal when you got kids. If my relationship don't look like these TikTok couples and I don't need to have a relationship, I don't need no man, I'm independent. You know what I'm saying? I think it all kind of goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
What we need to do as people is we need to first and foremost stop looking to other people to get our cues about our relationship. Our relationship ain't supposed to look like everybody else's.
Our relationship
is ours.
It's our relationship.
Yeah.
I'm not having this I'm not finna be in a public ass relationship just so I can get some likes on TikTok. Number one, it's phony. You feel me? And number two, if I want to display my love and my affection, I want to do it on my own terms. I don't want to do it because I'm getting a check for it. Yeah. Because now you pimping yourself out. You also pimping out your lady.
And can I say this, bro? And I hope I don't piss nobody off in the comment section, man. But this is something that needs to be addressed. You know what I'm saying? Like the way that the rap music is affecting our young, right? No, well, check it out. The way that it's affecting our young, man. So our kids are growing up thinking that this is how things are supposed to be. But here's the difference, right? You have white kids, they consume rap music and R&B music at an even faster rate than the kids in the hood.
Yeah.
But here's the difference. When they cut their music off, man, they're back in the suburbs. You feel me?
They living their life.
Yeah. And young black king, when you pick up these habits and stuff and you walk outside the house, bro, like, you're not gonna get treated the same.
No.
It ain't no suburbs for you, man. Like, you living in the real world. right? You living in when you walk outside the house, like for instance, this is a real life story. You walk outside the house to go next door at 10 o'clock at night in the north side of Beaumont. Guess what? You look like a suspect.
Yep.
You feel me? So you got to realize, like, you need to install things in your spirit that's going to teach you and show you how to walk upright, how to be aware of the real things that's going on in this world and not this fake stuff, this facade that's going on in the entertainment world. Because it's all fake.
It's entertainment. It's purely theater. It's not supposed to be taken seriously.
Yeah, it's all, and that's what our young white, black, Mexican, whatever. That's what they're doing, man. That right now they're imitating art instead of art imitating life. They're imitating the art, bro, and it's all a facade.
Yeah.
So,
I meif we're gonna pick with black people, you know what I'm saying? You had the slave master would rape the wife in front of the husband, and like damn, even just move his eye, he'll kill him. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa, you would have, you know what I'm saying, the slave master would come snatch the son from the mother, you know what I mean, and beat him in front of the mother to preach, well, to pretty much to, you know, to instill to the rest of them. And it's a psyche thing, because like all three of us, I guarantee you, your mother told you, son, be careful, son, watch this, son, be, you know what I'm saying? And that's because they have seen the Emmett Tills, and they seen the Bobby Seals. They seen these people.
I remember when I was in high school.
Hey, what's up, Big Turn?
When I was in high school, my mother didn't want me dressed in a certain way because she understood that when I stepped foot outside my house, because I wasn't gangbanging, you know, she didn't want me to be looked at as a gangbanger. You step foot outside your house looking like a gangbanger, you probably gonna get treated like one.
Yeah, facts.
Not just by police, but by your own
everybody.
Yeah. You feel me? Because you step outside your house wearing the wrong goddamn.
Hold on. Shelby says it ain't no public relationship. I don't make no money off of this. I'm just telling my truth. But we're not talking about you, Shelby. I told you, like, we don't have an issue with nothing you said. I just feel like you need to, you misguided. You need to educate yourself a little bit more. But like, you cool. Like, we're not tripping.
I wanna
we just saying that.
No disrespect, and if you don't want to say it, it's cool. But what city in Georgia are you from? For one, because we may have to go check out the criminal justice system over there. It may be a reason of why everybody don't have a daddy.
It might be long rooted too.
It's something going on. Like, it don't, like, I'm gonna be a buck with you. You look like, and yeah, I can't say that we're the 100% people or whatever, but man, it's nothing I wouldn't do for my children.
Facts.
And I know he feel the same way, and I know he feel it. So if there's some people that you feel that's like that, we need to figure out how they got like that so we can fix that. Because if you know a whole city of black brothers that ain't handling their business, well, guess what? Me, DJ Man, and Young New Soul, we need to go to that city, and we need to start having some type of black brother man rally type thing so we can get this ball rolling. Because that's what I'm saying. Like, it's easy to pinpoint a problem, but what is the solution to it? And we not knocking you because we need to know. You know, because me personally, I thought Georgia was instilled with deep-rooted down south home traditions of, hey, family whoop-de-whoop. So obviously, I got the wrong impression because of what? I seen social media showing me what a Georgia person is, right? So I thought Georgia people were just deep home, deep-rooted Southern Christian, everybody stick together, grandmas, grandpa, great-grandma, everybody stay in the same house type living. So you just opened my eyes and showed me that it's not how it's going. So that's what we mean. If we don't know what's going on, we need to know what's going on so we can start making a solution to these problems that we feel is a problem.
And to double back, we really weren't addressing you specifically. We were just saying black women as a whole. They look at the social media TikTok people, and they look at these little romantic couples on YouTube or whatever, and they follow that, or they try to follow that, and they end up ruining their relationships.
Yeah.
You know, we can't just look at the black men and say, well, black men, it's your fault. You know, we actually
her little town only got 17,000 people though. That's a little town for real.
That's a little town.
Well, yeah. Well, I'm single right now, so if they got some eligible business-minded women out there, you know what I'm saying, is got their stuff semi together, because I ain't looking for you to have it all the way. You know what I'm saying? I might need to come. I might need to come out there and show them how it go. Like, I mean, sometimes that's how it gotta be. You gotta lead by example.
Look, bro. So I pull up a little town, bro. So that's.
It's no knock to her, man.
No, it looks nice,
look,
bro.
check this out.
Look at the old town buildings, though.
Bro, when my ex went to Chicago, right, and they were saying, "Where you from?" and she said Beaumont, Texas, right? It was It was a white chick said she said, "You're not from Beaumont. I'm from Beaumont. They don't have black people in Beaumont."
She's talking about California.
No, she's talking about Beaumont, Texas.
Oh, she stay in the West End.
It doesn't matter where you stay in Beaumont. You're going to see a black person.
Nope.
This is
no. You look. I'm telling you. I'm telling you what I know.
I'm listening because I do deliveries all over the city.
I feel you, but I know people, bro, and they would stay in the West End, and they don't know nothing other than the West End of Beaumont. Listen to me. They don't know nothing other than the West End of Beaumont, Bridge City, Lumberton, Needleland.
Brother, I live in the West End. So you mean to tell me you negating to see me driving in my car?
No, check this out. Yeah, because they are oblivious to you.
I promise you, they see, man. Look. You can play. That's that.
Look, check this out. I'm telling you, bro. Like they see you, but it don't really register because it's like you're visiting. You're just coming through.
That's fine.
You feel me? You don't really stay here.
That's
because you can't afford it.
That's fine. If that's the case, then man, the apples and oranges.
But look, check this out. So what side of Beaumont you from?
Park North.
Okay.
I stayed in Creekwood Village.
Really?
And that's why I know you from for real.
Yeah.
Nah.
She talking about that's the wrong population. Nah. No, that's the right population.
Because you used to come.
You got 17,000. That boy can't swim.
Man, I lived on Meadowview.
Okay, the Ravens. The Ravens stay on my people. The Ravens, John Raven, Cody Raven, Sierra Island.
Yeah, but I guarantee you.
That was a good black neighborhood. But look,
suburbs.
Check this out though. But I used to get into it with Chandra, Jacko, Jock, R.I.P. So all them. I used to get into it with them because, hey, we're from the North End and you're from the South.
That's not the North End.
But I'm telling you,
I know
it does. I'm just stating that.
What's up, Red?
The mindset of what was still going on.
Right. But let me address,
man, we got some people popping in and chiming in with us, man. Shout out Redhead neighbor.
Nah, I rock with Shelby, bro.
We rock with you. We all family here. I just want to let you know.
I like anybody that can speak their mind.
Keep it real. That's the big thing, man.
If that's your reality, then speak your truth. But my truth is, I came from Park North where there were black fathers. Every time I set foot outside my house, to go outside and play, and I knocked on my friend's door.
Hey, Daddy was good.
Can Sharon come out? How you doing, sir? How you doing, Mr. Romar? You know what I'm saying?
The Moors.
You feel me?
More on them down the street.
D-Moore with the Lexus.
And that's what and see, and look, it's crazy, right? You see how he carry himself?
Yeah.
Most of them cats that's from where he just said he from.
Them boy button up. Them boys
everything. You feel me?
But you want to know why? Because I didn't grow up with a 2-parent household, but however, I did grow up with my uncle in the house. My uncle was my father.
Okay.
You feel me? My uncle taught me how to be a man. My uncle taught me how not to make excuses. You understand me?
Accountability, baby.
Exactly. Accountability. Accountability is absolutely necessary when you run a household. And it counts for the man and the woman.
Hold on, they putting their bid
I see, man. Hold on, man. I
smart,
appreciate that.
Financially independent, no kids, and going to stay that way.
Hold on, Southside.
I see.
Man, we're going to have a whole Southside date show in a minute.
What city she in?
Boy,
because I love traveling.
I'm 29, you feel me?
Well, be.
Y'all got somebody my age, 29?
No, they don't.
They don't?
No.
All right, my bad.
Okay.
And they all from Georgia. They don't know no black people. So.
Respectfully though,
I'm saying.
I mean, but at the end of the day, it's kind of more on some semantics thing because, what about Buckhead? Buckhead is as like a prestigious black community, I guarantee you they not just gonna be no single parent homes over there, not with no 4-story houses.
Man, look, at the end of the day, bro, what it is we can stay in the same neighborhood and have different experiences.
Facts.
You feel me?
Facts.
So,
hell yeah. You
like,
gotta tell me that. Because if you got brothers, guess what? They not gonna mess with you because guess what? They know, if you fight him, you gotta fight his brothers. But me? Oh, guess what?
Yeah.
So trust me, I know, man.
Yeah.
But that's why I made sure my daughters had sisters.
It's not even that though. You know what I'm saying? You got some people that didn't have parents around.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? So they were just outside.
Mm-hmm.
You got some people that had a parent around and they could go outside, but to a certain time. Then you had some people.
I had to be back inside before the street light came.
You had some people that just couldn't even go outside. Don't go outside. Come bring yourself back in the house.
That's my mama. Cause I stayed in trouble, so my mama kept me on punishment. You know what I mean? All that type of stuff. You feel me? Pops, when Pops moved over there off to Creekwood Village, I ain't had no curfew. You feel me? Me and Big Ed, I don't know if you know A-Bal, but when A-Bal, when he stayed out there, that's when we all stayed out there together.
Taylor said,
you know what I'm saying?
Subculture within the subculture.
Yeah.
He probably my cousin because A-Bear, that's all you see anybody with that name.
Okay, big. Yeah, but yeah, man, like, so I know what you mean. Like, even with, like, my stepdad, he worked for Federal Reserve Bank, and he was a security guard at the, Memorial City Mall?
Yeah.
My pops, he owned a detail shop. And so, clothes and pictures, paintings, stuff like that. Yeah. So I got the best of both worlds. I know how to be an entrepreneur, and I know how to wake my butt up and go clock in. You feel me? Right. So it's all about what you
see. Me, that's how me and Southside are always like. That's how we were so cool because we could relate to each other.
And he from the other side of town.
And I'm from the other side of town. You feel me? But
he from the other side of the fence too, man. Man, one time this boy had on all blue, right?
Yeah.
We in South Park, you know what I'm saying? Jurassic Park, y'all know about South Walker or whatever. Yeah. We in their neighborhood or whatever before them though. They babies to us.
He put on game.
You know what I'm saying? He selling his CDs. He like, say, cuz, y'all want to buy my CD, cuz, y'all want to buy my CD? And he had to walk dead in the center of a group of bloods. And I'm looking, and then they looking. I got him. I said, say, bro, he with me, man. I grabbed him, bro. I said, say, bro, you might want to say homie.
Yeah, he put
said, brother, what's up, bro? Look up. And he looked up. He was like, oh, shit. Like, yeah, bro. Like, but he was just hustling.
Yeah, my mindset was go get it. And in the process of go get it, I was, man.
My sister-in-law talking about some north side. Girl, you from the east side.
Me? On that north side.
She from the east.
But yeah, man, my thing is, man, anything make an offensive move, man, we going all the way. Like the old school song say, we going all the way.
Hey, that's my shit, though.
You feel me? Yo, man, my culture.
Don't make me start singing that Jeffrey Osborne want to be, man, because...
Hey, that's what it is, man.
Hey, we need to have an R&B episode, dog.
For sure.
Hey,
nah, we respect that, though.
Older males, hanging with kids. That's retarded.
Wow.
The ones whose biggest ambition is to be the big fish in the little pond. That's crazy to me.
To be honest with you,
that's crazy.
I'm gonna give y'all some little quick game, right? Say for instance, if there's any single ladies that's young, right, and you may be interested in a black man, right, or a young black brother, right, and you feel that he's closed-minded or he never been anywhere,
we will.
Please take him somewhere, and it's not on no pimping and none of that stuff. I'm saying that to say, like, I come from a neighborhood that a lot of people know, like he was just saying with the, like we just was stating, it's people from my neighborhood that never left the south side of Beaumont, let alone been out of the city, let alone been out the state,
that was
out
me
the country.
That
you feel me? Man. So if your horizon is not open, you can't expect me to know how to tap dance, and I ain't ever seen nobody put no shoes on.
This man met me in my rawest form. You feel me? I'm talking about I'm fresh out the north, staying in Katy, and I'm like
in Cy-Fair. He was in Cy-Fair.
Whatever, man.
All the way out of bounds, right?
All the way out of bounds.
All the way out of bounds.
And I'm talking about, man. I'm out here like, bro, none of this looks familiar. I'm like, they look. it just looked like they about to call the laws on me. I'm talking about nobody outside. It's just the area look like they about to call the laws, man. But it taught me a lot about myself. You know what I'm saying? It taught me a lot about myself, man, because I realized, man, I picked up a lot of habits that is just not good habits to have if you're trying to be successful. Yeah. You feel me? Yeah, it taught me how to look at myself first. You know, how you present yourself to the world. You know, like you getting these certain results, but what are you doing? My daddy taught me that it's always accountability. What did you do in the situation to get those results? So when I start seeing different things, I start saying, man, hey, why am I the only one tripping because I don't want to hold the door open for the man when he coming in the store? It took my cousin from New York to be like, bro, like ain't nothing wrong with holding the door. Man, that man coming through the door. But on and off, man, we ain't play all that. Yeah, man. Like, hey, you better open the door same way I open the door. Who you think I am? So I said that to say this. I said that to say this, man, because now when I meet these young brothers coming up, I can tell them, bro, I know what that's like. I gotta let you know, like, bro, this is a subculture within a subculture, like one of the other comments said. Like, this is not normal. We got to get out of this mindset, bro.
Like the way he was put on, you know what I'm saying? I was put differently. So I was taught that before, you know what I'm saying, you got to accept every man as a man first. You feel me? And after that, if they can't accept you as a man, then we got to get into the gangster.
Well, see, I'm not even talking about no gangster.
Well, no, I'm just speaking on because you was talking to, you feel me? Because, you know, that's not every quote unquote big homies forte. You feel me? Right. So I was blessed that was the guys before me. That's what they forte was. You have to respect a man as a man first, and if he can't respect you as a man, then now we got to go to this other stuff. You feel me? Yeah. And I was blessed that my neighborhood, you know what I'm saying, the guys before me, they seen that I was good in football, and they made sure that I wasn't going to do nothing to jeopardize me not playing football and going to college and stuff like that. You feel me? So I can speak on that. In truth, some of them were doing the wrong things in the streets, but they made sure I didn't do it. You feel me? So at the end of the day, you know, it's a reason why some people pledge loyalty to certain things and live a certain way. But the way I went, it's easy for me to be able to let you know or let someone else know underneath me, know, hey, it's not about because he got on blue and I got on red. It's off the rip. No, he a man.
None of that matters. I know what's wrong with Shelby. Shelby stays in Georgia. Mm-hmm. Shelby just slipped up and got knocked down by a black guy that she believed in. King. She believed in him.
Sorry.
Look, hold on, look. Check this out.
That's what she's saying?
No, she say she did that. She tried to show him a better part of life, right? Got my got my LPN degree and started working. Mm-hmm. Did he improve and try to do better? No. That's why I left. It sucked because I loved that man so much, but I had to move on. Now I got my RN. That's the issue. Shelby then found her the wrong, then got knocked down by the wrong individual. And he kind of spoiled her view on the world.
So now he made every black man public enemy.
Every black man.
And it's nothing wrong with you, no matter what color you may be, because it's our sisters that's the same way too. Because of what you feel me? So at the end of the day,
hold on. But listen, you gotta say this too though. But that goes back to the doggone media stuff, because a lot of these women be trying to look at these guys that they feel like that's what success is. That's what a black man's supposed to be, and they find out that it's all a facade.
All of it.
You feel me? And the black guy that you're looking for is the one that you thought was a cornball that didn't. It goes back to the change.
If you ever told him he needs to be a man, or you not being a man, then that was the problem. You can't tell him.
You gotta show
him. You can't do that either. It's not your place.
No, look, it's not.
It's not your place.
I'm gonna show you what I mean.
You gotta this is the problem, right? We gotta understand from going from high school to grown-up shit, right? Yeah. Dating is dating. Okay, if you with somebody, you gotta actually be compatible with that person. It can't be off of he look good. You gotta like that's
You gotta
what
be
that's
so much deeper
you gotta
than that.
date that person, man. Hey, where do you see yourself 5 years, 10 years? What's your goals? What's your ambitions? Do you
Look.
want a one story too? So it can't be that. It can't just be, oh, I'm so in love with him because he got good whoop de whoop or he look good or whatever the case may be. And then now you wanna, oh, I'm gonna lead him to do, he gonna do better by me and he gonna, it don't work
Let
like
me fall
that.
in love with a nigga drip.
That don't make sense.
You feel me? Oh, he dressed
If you want, if like you say, the common sense would have been to go get you a guy that's in the same field that you in, and y'all could go be millionaires. Why go get somebody? Because obviously, if you say the guy, if we going off of what you say the guy is, he was a thug, quote unquote. So you went, you a quote unquote good girl that went got a bullshit person.
That always happens that way. But look, hold on. But look, check this out. Look, this is what I mean when I say she gotta show him. And look, I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah, you gotta show him.
Look, so you know, bro, when I met my wife, we were friends
Facts.
for a while first.
Facts.
She met me when I was at my worst.
Mhm.
You feel me? Like I was not the person that I am today
Heck
at
no.
all.
Nowhere near.
But what happened is she just lived the way before me, man, and made me want to say, bro, I gotta step up so I could be with this woman.
Facts.
You feel me? And what made me want to marry her is she sat down on the couch with me one day, man, and she told me with tears in her eyes. Well, before she got all teary-eyed, she was like, what are we doing? She was like, because I don't plan on being somebody's girlfriend forever.
Right.
And I'm like, man, you know, we gonna get ourselves established and you know, we gonna figure it out. And she sat there with tears in her eyes and said that I got her probably another 2 years and then she's gone. And I'm like, so you just gonna try to, you know, push your weight around on me? And she was like, nah, not really. She was like, I'm just letting you know if we can't make nothing happen by then, I'm out. And it was at that moment I realized I got to get my stuff together, bro.
That's the whole point, sweetie pie. You went got a kid. You can't get a kid to be a man, baby. You had to get a man. Like you got a boyfriend and you wanted a man. It's a difference.
Big difference.
You can't.
But you know
That's
what
the
though?
point.
This
I dated her for 4 years before all this. That is definitely the point. Look, what you got to realize is he wasn't the person for you.
That's all.
That's it.
And look, you probably done knocked the real one for you on some real P, on some real pushing P. Mate, that real one was right there. He probably was the one that even told you, say, man, I like you, but you wasn't even trying to feel him because you was feeling cuckoo.
Yeah.
You feel me? You was dumb did it. And you know what I'm saying? So retract your steps. You might can find the one who really for you.
Retract
Real
your
talk.
stuff, man.
But hey, look,
You've been under your nose the whole time.
This is the point of courtship in the first
Facts.
place.
Facts. Everybody trying to jump in relationships.
When you
Facts.
get to know somebody,
Facts.
when you get to know somebody, it's cool to devise is powerful. It's cool that y'all can kick it and do whatever. And I'm not saying that that's your experience, Shelby. I don't know your life. I don't even know you personally. I'm just
Is that a lady? Tato?
Tayo,
That's a lady?
I'm thinking. Tayo, you're a lady.
What she say?
Tayo is definitely she a lady.
That's what I was reading right there.
What Tayo say?
If you met an adult male of any color,
Okay.
who's too scared to go eat on alone outside his comfort zone, he is not ready for exactly.
Thanks. And you know what?
That's it, bro.
You know what? And that's my
simple.
biggest thing, man. It's like, man, like, you know,
It's
being a single attractive man,
She was a woman.
being a single attractive man, right?
Attractive.
Me, because I'm facts. Stop the kidding, man. Like
Stop
let's not do this. But you know, I'm friendly. You know what I'm saying? On the extent of I speak because I was raised to always speak to people. So if you come by me, I'm gonna say how you doing or good morning.
Right.
You feel me?
That's definitely some Southside stuff.
You know what I'm saying?
For real.
And then so, like, being that I'm attractive, if I see a woman that's if she feels that she's attractive, like most of the time, I'm not gonna say all the time, but most of the time, it's that, oh, like it's you like oh, you trying to holler at me, or like I'm trying to like it's more to it or whatever. So yeah, it's hard to get in a comfort zone with somebody that's already with a defense. You feel me? Because like I deal like, you know, I'm single. So when I talk to females, like most of them, there's not too many. There's not too many that don't have baby daddies, right? So we could kill that drama, right? So now you got a baby daddy. He may not have did right, Or you win with somebody that beat you, right? Or you've been through whatever you've been through, right? So now you get with me, and so now I'm going to treat you like a queen because I was raised by my mother. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna treat you right, but you can't give me that opportunity to treat you right because you so pent up on the negative experiences that you've been through. So you think all men are like this, that, and the third. So you won't never get to that point with me.
Southside, I just left a relationship like that too.
You feel me?
You know me? Like I came in. Oh, actually, you know what? I'm not even gonna give details about the relationship. I'm gonna just say this: when women are not used to having a healthy relationship and you introduce them to one, they have no idea how to handle it.
Only thing ain't had a daddy in their house. That's what I learned.
That too.
That's what's crazy. So it go back to what you're talking about, Miss Shelby. Like if they didn't have a daddy in their house, man, it's crazy.
But look, I got one for you though, bro. What it sound like to me, man, Shelby, you got to be careful because what happened is if you around an attractive male, right, a guy that you find attractive, and he got his stuff together, it's easy for you to be wooed by this guy, even though he have no intentions on being the guy that you looking for.
He might not but you want to be with you.
He don't want to be with you for real. Don't have a nice shape on you. He know what I'm saying. You getting caught up in the facade, in all the glitz and glam.
So you getting zoomed, man.
You feel me? You get caught up in the glitz and glam, and you all into it. He see you all into it. So guess what? If you just got that body like talking about it, he gonna feed into it. Real. You feel me?
No, I was agreeing with Teo, like for real. And that's another thing, like, you know, like if I go on a date with you, we not talking love and hip hop talk. Like I don't talk dumb shit. I'm sorry, like
bro,
you know what I'm saying? Like for real,
Shelby got caught up in this was new.
Yeah, and it's no problem with it because you have to grow. Every day is a learning experience. So what you learn is, all right, you don't want that bullshit. Now go get you that woman. That's all. You done ate chicken dinners, now go eat a steak.
Hey, that's all it was.
That's all it is.
Don't get so caught up in what you've experienced that you don't think there's something else out there for you.
And then
there's no cookie cutter neither. Excuse me, I don't mean to interrupt y'all. There's not a cookie cut of a bit of the perfect man and all this, whatever.
A lot of what y'all got on that list, it doesn't fucking exist. Okay? You want NBA young boy ass nigga.
You want NBA young boy? Yeah, put the mind on Einstein. You feel me? Cut the fuck out.
You want a nigga that look like NBA young boy to be like, soon as I get home. You know, it ain't gonna happen.
I'm gonna tell you what happens too, man. I'm not saying Shelby did this, but what happens a lot of times, people, men and women, are getting in a relationship with a person, and they try to make this person be something that they want them to be. And when they see that this is going wrong, they try to force it to happen, and they wind up spending too much time in a relationship that was never meant to be.
That's all that was, man. You wasted too much time, sweetie pie.
It's
gonna be all right though.
You got a road trip, drink, gamble with a meal before you go
dating
to potential.
Like no, for real though. Like, and I love your energy. Like that's what that is. Like no way in hell. Like, and it's like I dated this one chick, and I'm sorry, but it is what it is. I dated this one chick, and like within the first week, she was trying to give me the keys to her place, and she wanted me to meet the family, got a family reunion, and I'm like, baby girl, like we're trying to figure out if we could go out in public somewhere, let alone me meet your family and get your house key and all that, bro. Of course, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, man, I look at this, man. I got 2 beautiful daughters. Excuse me, I got 4 beautiful daughters. 2 I made, 2 they call me daddy, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, man, I know how I want them to be treated, so I'm not going to do a woman like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? But, man, it's like, man, that be the thing. Like, the minute y'all may see the potential, that's it, man. Y'all get super fucking clingy and thirsty. Y'all go to the beyond this.
So she agreed. She say, real men speak to my heart. It ain't no question, by the way. Yes, when this happened, I was very young, 17 years old. My thoughts are different now.
Respect.
You feel me? Respect. You grew. You feel me? Respect. That's what it's about, man. Growing and learning.
Bro. Thanks.
Growing and learning, man.
I'm just glad he ain't knock you down and get you whoop the whoop where you gotta look at why you don't like him no more. That's the thing, you feel me? Because then now we gotta worry about him when we go to Georgia. When he get a little older, he want to try and rob and kill us because he pissed off at the wheel. You know what I'm saying? See, it's things that go on that we have to sit here and hold accountability for and think about why the shit go on like how it go.
Yeah,
you feel me? If our daddies is
my
in
boy
the
put that
house,
together, man.
I'm just saying, if our daddies is in the house, we not robbing, stealing, and killing a bitch ass thing. Yeah. Believe it or not.
Facts, man.
Unless your daddy out there robbing and killing.
Say he wasn't the daddy, then he was a hustler. He was a rolling star.
Hey, man, but you know, that's it, man. We done for the night, man.
Hey,
we appreciate
this,
everybody.
Man. I love this.
Yo, man, we appreciate you for coming through, brother.
Yeah, word.
For real, man. But we appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. We are out. We'll be back next Thursday, same time, man. See my boy Southside fall back through.
Yeah, say less, man. Say less. I don't mind.
We out. One.